So, jaldi everyone gather around here. Accommodate everyone. I'll brief you a bit. Please come in. Get in, get in. Please get in. Get in and gather around here. Quick. Okay, wait a minute. Just gather around here. Then yeah, yeah. I will just introduce. Let everyone come inside. Okay. Good evening, and welcome to the Memo Center of Dr. Bindesha Patak. So I hope by this time you have all visited the whole Sulabh campus. So you know what Sulabh is right now. Now you're going to know about the founder of NGO Sulabh. So he is known as the father of sanitation in India. Okay, so now you will get the whole gist of what he has dealt with, what was his childhood experiences, and what in turn made him to start the so-called Sulabh NGO. Okay, and then you can see the whole history, like in a gist, in a summary, like year-wise. You can see the timeline of key events which happened from the foundation of the NGO, and then you can see in the other session there are some awards and recognitions he received for the service he did to the society. Okay. So basically, I hope by now you are familiar with some terms of manual scavenging. Yes or no? Yes. Sure. Twin pit model? Two pit? Yes. Great. Okay, so so-called two pit is the twin pit model. Okay, fine. Okay, now I'll just brief it out in general. I think your time is short for right now. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay. So what happens is now you can see there is Dr. Bindesha Patak himself holding the bucket toilets. So by this time you know what manual scavengers are. So what they used to do. So you can see manual scavengers with him. Okay, so he is working along with the manual scavengers to convince them that there is other alternative for the same. You don't have to do this kind of work again. Okay, so what happened? And in childhood, he actually had a childhood experience. What happens is what? So you know about caste system in India. I don't have to explain it to you. So he belonged to a particular upper caste, so-called upper caste family. And when he was a young boy, he lived with his grandparents. Okay, so what happened is there also in his family a lady, so-called untouchable. We are not used to that term, but for your familiarization. So so-called untouchable lady used to come to clean the toilets. So the young boy was actually curious why she is called so. So he wanted to test it. What he did is he touched her to see what happens. So he understood nothing happens special. She is just common, she is like normal like us. But his grandmother was kind of orthodox. So you know how you purify people in India when it comes to orthodoxy levels. So he was forced to drink cow urine, cow dung in name of purification. So this is the childhood experience he faced. And then moving on to the side. So this is an interactive TV screen. So whatever you have seen here, including the initiators and then the awards he received and all, there's like a photo gallery. It's an interactive, you can touch it and see. It has captions and all. Like, for example, you have seen Sulabh water ATM. Have you seen? Okay, it's outside. I hope you haven't. Okay. You have seen public toilet complexes, public toilets by Sulabh in every metro stations. Yeah. So these are some initiatives of Sulabh, and it started from sanitation actually. Okay, and then you can see there's a public school for Sulabh, which is located next 500 meters from here campus. So these are like I was just brushing it up. And now we are getting the details of his, like where he was born, born in 1943 in Bihar and all. And then when he, in his childhood itself, when he was at a very young age, he have noticed what the females are usually facing, the struggles. So you can see actually wherever you are seeing manual scavenging work is dealt with women belonging to the particular so-called low caste. Okay, just because they belong to a particular low caste, they are forced to do the work, and the men is engaged in laborious works. Okay, so he have seen women doing this in his young age, and he have seen just to relieve yourselves, you have to go outside. See, because you don't have facility of toilet in your house, not near to your house, and even when you are pregnant, even when you are menstruating, you have to go outside just to relieve yourselves. So we have all seen this, and these are the pictures which shows that depict the dangers the women had to face. So the whole turn up of key, even like how he started this whole program, it happened. So I already told you he was a follower of Gandhiji. So what happened in 1969? There was a centenary celebrations of Mahatma Gandhi. It happened in Bihar. So what happened in that particular committee program was like each and every people were engaged with some other activities related to the society. So Bindesha Patak was actually engaged with the activities dealing with the life of manual scavengers. And now you can see a gist of what the harsh reality of like manual scavenging is. In there, it's given in a small gist. Okay. So what happened is in there he came to know the actual reality what they faced. Like he lived with them. He went to work with them, like how they carry out their works and things and all. He understood, and then he decided, yes, we need to do something for them so that they don't have to do this work anymore. And you can see that and as well. So you can see there's a man tied with a broom. So he belonged to a particular manual scavenging family. So he just this shows that it indicates other people like, okay, manual scavengers coming, keep your distance. Okay, and thus by 1968-70s, the so-called twin pit model was invented, and I hope by now you have seen many different models of the so-called twin pit model outside the museum. Yes? Okay, so this is a holographic projection of the same, which describes about the basic functioning. Okay, so it describes the basic functioning of the so-called twin pit model. So I hope by now you know how it functions. Okay, fine. And then it also shows the merits and advantages of like how this, what are the features of this symbol innovation. And because of this, the so-called manual scavengers don't have to do their work. Okay, this is a good alternative for the same. Okay, and people who use toilets, they can clean their own, okay, with your own bare hands, and it can be used for other purposes, like it's a organic manure, clean organic manure, so and so. Okay, and here you can see the whole details which is described on these boards. There are lots to read actually. Okay, so you can have a look at it. And then, so I told this was invented in around 1968 to 70s, and that is the time when the so-called Sulabh organization was founded. So that happened in 1970s. So you can see the logo of Sulabh. By now you understood what the logo means. So one side you can see a manual scavenger holding a bucket toilet, right? And the other is the twin pit model. So this is how the logo was formed. Okay. And then you can see from here to there, you can get a brief history, what I was talking earlier about. So the brief history about after the birth of Sulabh, how it developed. Till around 2024, you can see a gist of the same. Okay. So what happened is just because he invented, he need to convince the public, the government authorities to make it practically available for the society to use it, right? So it took some time actually. So even though it happened in 1970, it's founded and all, actually to try to convince the government to get the funds and all, it happened. And then in 1973, demo toilets were used, like it was constructed so that the people can use it and then understand what is this all about. And this happened when from Bihar, a government official actually offered him 500 rupees just because he belonged to the same caste. Even though he is doing work for the, even though he was not solely supportive to the idea what he was doing, but okay, I will give you the fund. And that happened, and he did the demo toilets, and the people got convinced, and thus the first public came in 1974. Okay, and it was constructed in 1974. And then from there gradually it started to get its recognition in national and international levels. Okay, so as part in 1978 you can see there was a historic seminar conducted, okay, with partner with UNICEF and WHO. Okay, and then moving on to this side, so the history goes like this: 1978, then comes to 80s. In New York Times it was published in 1980s about Sulabh, right? And then in 1983, the first US ambassador came to visit. So the first campus was in Bihar. Then now this is the headquarters of Sulabh NGO. Okay. So this first US ambassador came to visit in 1983, and now you have already seen the innovation of biogas linked toilets. So this idea was actually started in 1984. Okay, and then what happened is, see, when you got an alternative for the manual scavengers for not doing the same work, but they have to carry on with their livelihoods, right? Because that was their job, the only job they were doing. So Sulabh also take part in that initiative as well. They carried out training and rehabilitation for the scavengers so that they will be engaged in other activities and they can carry out their livelihood. Just like stitching works, you can see printing and then papad making, pickles and so and so. Okay. And the same around in Rajasthan, you can see here. In Rajasthan in 2003, Alwar and Tong are two regions in Rajasthan district, sorry, Rajasthan state. And so what happened is there started a vocational training program called Nay Disha, means new direction, right? So there you can see the women are engaged with paper making activities. Okay, and then where were we? Along with this, he was actually kind of breaking the social barriers as well. Like, see, it was started for the purpose of sanitation, but it was also in turn empowering the community. Okay, in society, and then influential people are also brought up front to support the cause what he was doing. Okay, and then what I have told about the public Sulabh public school and all, it was constructed in 1992, and the so-called museum you have seen right now, it was constructed in 1994, and the water museum you have already visited, you might have seen the duckweed. Are you aware of the duckweed? So there will be a glass box where you can see duckweed plants in there. If you have noticed, in near to the entry of the door of the room actually. So the duckweed is actually a natural way to clean water. So this project was also started in 1996. And in between, I hope you have seen the same model in the museum. Can anyone name what it is quickly? It's a public toilet complex. It's located in Maharashtra. It has biolink. Yeah, yeah, true. What's the name? Okay, so there are two in Maharashtra. One is Pandarpur and one is Shirdi. Okay, so this is Shirdi. So it has biogas linked facilities with it, along with it. Okay. And then moving on to the side, I was talking about, and then you have to know that not only in India, other than India, we have constructed toilet facilities outside India. As far you know, in 2005, Sulabh constructed public link like toilets linked to biogas in 2005, and then complexes in 2007, and then where toilet summits happened. And actually, you can see here the manual scavengers are brought up front. This has actually happened in US where they are taking participating in a ramp walk show along with the models, so that they are brought up front like normally. They have to be treated as a normal person. And then moving on to the side, just like caste system, widows is also a different issue. So what happened in 2012, the Supreme Court actually approached Sulabh to step in to support the widows of Vrindavan. And from there, now also it continues. So you can see the condition of widows. Once you're a widow, you know what happens. And then now you can see, like after Sulabh started supporting, and then they were brought up front. They took part in auspicious occasion and so and so, and then they were engaged in different activities and all. So this is what is shown here. And then there were various national conferences also happened regarding sociology, and he introduced a subject called sociology of sanitation in sociology. So what happened is around 28 universities in India is having this subject in their curriculum. Okay. And you can see about Pandapur, in which year it was constructed. And then you can see here it was mentioned in economic diversity list. And then eco-friendly toilets were constructed in South Africa. Then the water project, clean water project was inaugurated, and then conferences happened. And unfortunately, in 2023, August 15th, he passed away. Okay, and he was awarded with Padma Bhushan in 2000s, and after he passed away in 2024, he was awarded with Padma Vibhushan as well posthumously. Okay, so by now I hope you got the history of Sulabh, like in a gist. Okay, now moving on to the side. So this is also an interactive projector screen. So what happens is you can get the statistical data. Like here you can see the cumulative statistical data of the works of Sulabh in every states of India except 2-3 northeastern states. So other than that, in every states of India, Sulabh has done its works. Okay, so there's a statistical data you can interact and see on each and every states as well. Okay. Everyone is already here. 5 minutes, if I have your attention for now. So here you have the testimonials, like some testimonials on Dr. Bindesha Pathak by some few eminent personalities. Okay, you can see the Prime Minister. There are some journalists, ambassadors, and all. You can have a look at it. And this, in turn, actually is not fully functional. So I can't ask you to have a look at it for now. Projection room. Okay, it's not fully like himself. So it's an AI program which he tells the whole work what he did, like from the beginning and how it all happened and all. So this is it, but I can't show you the whole because it's not fully updated. So I may request everyone who is here, please come outside. Okay. And then to know that in US on 14th April 2016, US celebrate that day, particular day as Dr. Bindesha Patak Day for his service to the society for in the field of human dignity and empowerment and sanitation. So that particular official proclamation you can see in the second frame letter which describe the same. And I was talking about the economist list where he is mentioned in the top 50 persons. And then I told the so-called Padma Vibhushan he received, that's the official letter. And then you can see the actual Padma Vibhushan he received displayed there. Okay, yeah. And then along with that there are few photographs which show only few photographs which show the some of the awards he received actually. And there are these showcases, they have to be filled in turn along with it. And this side, and this like who like about the eminent visitors who have been to Sulabh campus in total. Like you can see there are prime ministers, presidents, duchess, prince, and celebrities and all. Okay, and okay, okay. And then moving on to the side. So I was talking about the subject called sociology of sanitation. So this here you can see in a brief what the subject deals with actually. Okay, and then these are some books which he authored as well regarding the same. And moving on to this side, here you can see 2D animation representations of Dr. Bindesha Padak, how he did his work in the society from grassroots level. Okay, so you can see how he is interacting with the society, how he's interacting with the public, he's sitting with them, he used to write songs, sing songs, do dramas, plays, theaters and all. And then gradually volunteers, many people joined, and then it developed to the so-called NGO. Okay, and this side you can see these were the obituaries which were published in the print medias when he passed away. And then so this is almost the end of the memorial center. And right now here, I don't have to explain to you what is Swachh Bharat and all, policy and all, right, fine. So now under the Swachh Bharat policy, there were many government initiatives as well. So Sulabh is also a partner of the same in each and every initiative. So that is depicted here as well. Like for example, there you can see Mission Life and all. And then here it's like a reminder for the whole coming generation, like what are the challenges the 21st century will face in terms of sanitation, in terms of drinking water, toilet facilities and everything. And then how the works of Sulabh is contributing for a sustainable future for the whole world. So you might have noticed the whole Sulabh has started from sanitation, but then it developed to many different fields, which you can see in the particular circular economy of Sulabh. Simply meant, like simply explained in simple manners, and because it also is part of community empowerment programs. You know about Madhubani paintings; they belong to particular, yeah. So Sulabh also fund Madhubani painting. You can see here people who are engaged with Madhubani painting, and they also support food empowerment programs like you know about Makhana. Yeah, so these are all in Maharashtra. There is a program related to food security and all where Sulabh is also a part of, which is funded by Sodex and all. And then it's almost about, and here you can see the SDG goals and how the policies of Sulabh is also aligning with the same. And last but not the least, this is like a reminder what the world is going to face. Okay, in terms of climate change, water, and sanitation. And lastly, we have a VR facility here. You can see the instructions. Okay, this TV screen is to just to show the instructions like how to play this. So it will be a 3D park. You will have some waste scattered over the ground. You will have two dustbins in front of you, wet and dry. All you have to do is pick up the waste, dispose accordingly. Okay. If you have time, I can't ask, like I can't pick anyone to like choose anyone and like try and all. If anyone is that much interested, and if you have time, you can have a look at it. It's up to the people who are guiding you. Yeah. I don't know. Oh my god. If you have time, I can ask, but like it depends. Okay. So then many people want to do that. Then I can't ask, okay, to stay and like look and all. That's why I'm like a bit hesitant about showing it actually. Yeah, that's what. It will take a bit around 5 minutes or something. एक मिनट है अच्छा, you have enough time. के लिए कचरा उठाना है. So even if you are not able to play it, like it takes some time, right? So there will be a particular place, because if it goes out of range, then you will be only seeing us. You have to see the game, the field, right? So I'll just explain it and anyone can look at it. Like, even if you're not playing, just wear it and see what you're seeing. Okay. So what you will do is, if you're playing, you have to hold this controller, you have to wear it, and this joystick is particularly to move around. Okay, for directions. And these two buttons are to, so what you have to do is, wherever you stay there, okay, using the joystick, go near to the waste scattered, not near the waste which is scattered near the dustbin. You won't be able to pick it up. Only the waste in the field. So you go near to the waste with the joystick, kneel down, pick it up using these two buttons. Like, you just grab it and take it in your hands, hold it, and then using the joystick, go near to the dustbin, dispose accordingly. Okay? So anyone can try. I think you have, okay, see there. See there. You have to tight it. Okay, 1 second. 1 minute, 1 minute. So first, are you able to see the 3D part? Just rotate yourself so you can see the whole 3D view, like what it's all about. Okay? नहीं दिखता है, हमें कुछ नहीं, ठीक है? Fine, okay. Okay, now you have to hold the controller. So remember, the thumb is for the joystick. 1 minute, lose it, lose it. The thumb is for the joystick. Index finger, middle finger is for the buttons. Okay. Now we can play. You understood the rules, right? Use the joystick to go somewhere else. आगे पीछे, ठीक है? And most of the time it won't be necessary that the dustbins will be in front of us. शायद पीछे होगा, side left, yeah. So you have to rotate yourself and see where the dustbins are. No, just stay wherever you are, then rotate. Okay. At least you can have